Hi, I'm Sharon. Welcome to my theory tuition series where we're working together step by step through each of the ABRSM theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets and you can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also access information about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time on exam day when you're working through your exam paper. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. And now we're going to finish the last section of the first paper of the 2015 Grade 3 past papers. So if you turn with me to page 5, we'll have a look at question 8. Now this is another example of where from 2018 onwards the revised exam papers are presented in a slightly different manner. These performance terms will now be presented to you in multiple choice format. However, I suggest that you still address this question as it's presented here because it's excellent revision for you to just give these definitions. So it helps you with your revision and it tests your knowledge ready for the exam, which is of the most help to you. And so I suggest that you have a go of these. Just try this question on your own first of all, and then re-access into the video and we'll check through these together. So here we go. After a bit of revision, hopefully you've got these. Molto means much. Adagio means slow. That's from an earlier grade. Remember, all of this is accumulative. It's all of grade 1, 2 and 3 performance directions now. So here we have the metronome marking, and this means 69. We've got to address both points, crotchet beats, or alternatively you would say quarter note beats per minute. That's the other important fact. So we need those 3 aspects. Now here we have this symbol, but it can be applied in different ways. It could be a slur, it could be a tie, so we need to look at how it's been applied. And so bar 1 here, we see it's a slur. So we need to explain what that means though, and it means smoothly or to play in a smooth connected manner. So sempre means always. And there we go, that's job done. So a little bit of observation now in this next question. We're asked to name one similarity and one difference between bars 2 and bars 3. So here we're comparing these two. So straight away the obvious similarity is the fact that the rhythm is exactly the same. We've got crotchet, crotchet, 4 quavers. Usually this question you can kind of almost guess what the answers are going to be, and so one similarity is often the rhythm. I guess you could also say that the articulation is the same, so we could also give that as an example. We've got the same slurs. Now the difference of course is the pitch has changed. We've got notes placed in different parts of the stave, so the pitch is different. And then another difference, if you want to, is to notice that these musical terms are present in bar 3, so we could say another difference is the sempre and forte. There we go. So now we need to describe the time signature. We need to say is it simple or compound, and then is it duple, triple or quadruple time. So if we look at our time signature, we're counting 4/4, which is 4 crotchet beats, and a crotchet beat or a quarter note divides into 2 quavers. Because we're dividing into 2s, not 3s, that makes it simple time. Compound time is where it's got a dot and it divides into 3s. And so now we need to say are there 2, 3 or 4 beats per bar, and we know that we're counting 4 beats per bar. so it's quadruple. There we go. So we're told that the melody is in the key of C minor, and we need to name the degree of the scale of the first note of the melody. So we need to count up from C. Here's a middle C, 1, 2, 3. That's the third degree of the scale. Alternatively, you could sketch out the steps of the scale. Don't worry about the key signature, because your music will take care of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we can see that the third is an E flat, which we see there. Let's a double check there. So here we just got a bit of general knowledge. Which other key has the same key signature as C minor? So which is the related key? And we know that's E flat major. That's that. Now again, a little bit more observation here. We need to draw a circle around two notes next to each other that are a minor third apart. So first of all, we'll just scan through and look for any thirds. So a third is easy to spot because it's jumping from line to line or space to space. So here that none of those will do. They're all. So here's an option because we're going from space to space. And here we're going from E flat to G, so that's not right. Oh, actually, I've missed one here. So that's not right. That's a major third. But here I've missed one over the bar line. We've got space to space here, and that's G to B flat. Don't forget your key signature. So actually, that's a minor third. But if we keep scanning on through, actually here we can see we've got one as well from C to E flat, and then it also from C to E flat there. So any one of those would be acceptable. So the last question now is a little bit more time consuming. We've got to write out the whole melody an octave higher using the treble clef. So we've got to change the octave and we've got to change the clef. And we always start with middle C as our anchor point. So here at the moment, this is middle C and we're on the E above that. And so that would be the pitch that we're at the moment. However, we need to jump the octave, and so we need to be an octave higher, and we need to start here. Now, it's a bit of a reach to keep glancing up. I think in the new paper, and often in most of the papers, they would have this positioned right underneath, but for now we'll just have to keep glancing up. So I'm going to do my best and keep it aligned to their original, just so I know I'm not going to run out of space. Double bar lines. So I'm just going to get the note heads in at the moment. So we're starting on the E, but we jumped an octave higher. So now if we're looking at the original, we can see we're going to come down in step, back up in step. So let's look at it in stepwise movements as far as we can. So keep glancing back to the original. So E, down a step, back up a step, down a step, and now we're jumping down 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That takes us to a G, so that's correct. Now over the bar line we're going up a third. That was the interval we noticed for the previous question. Down a step, down a step, and if we just double check, that note and that note's the same, and so let's double check. You can see, yes, we've done that correctly. So just keep finding these anchor points to make sure you've not gone astray. So G, up a step, down a step, down a third. That was the interval that was a third, but it wasn't a minor third, so it wasn't correct for the last question. Back up a third to that G, next door, back up a step, back down a step. There's our third, and here's an anchor point. There's middle C. This is C, an octave lower, and so we know we're in the right position, we're on the right note. Jump up a third, down a step, and then the next step down should take us back to middle C, which it does. Now of course we're going to have to watch what happens with our stems because we've changed octave. So they can go down, that should go down, that should go down, that should go down, that should go up, but it's outvoted, so it'll have to go down to accommodate the others. This stem can go up or down, so I'll go up, and then this is up, so then these are all up. Still all the stems can go up now. They need to be beamed. There we go. And then, you know, let's just earn every single one of those 10 points. And so we'll have molto adagio. It's probably not absolutely necessary that we do all of these bits and bobs, but we've got time and you'll have time in the exam, so let's just make sure we've earned every part of that 10 points. So that's the end of that question, and that's the end of the paper. I do hope that that's been helpful to you. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be fab, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please also do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource and information that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.